Okay, this is an obscure subject, but when you're using Animesh in World and you use an anchor object, possibly for the sake of utilizing physics in World, you'll notice that your avatar changes position when you engage the Animesh feature. Then when you engage your animation, it may change location once again. But where it ends up is important, and those other two glitches are not. Where it often ends up is wherever you place your mPelvis bone, that's going to be in the center of the anchor object. And since the default res size for a cube, which is the simplest object you can res in Second Life, is a half a meter in all dimensions, you get a displacement of a quarter of a meter, which we can adjust easily simply by making sure our bone head is a quarter of a meter above the effective floor, which is what I've done here. This bone right here is 0.25 meters above the floor. Now, you might think that that's not great for a character, an Animesh character, where you can't control where the pelvis goes in World, but you can't. It's at a zero location with respect to the object, but it can also be a mistake to use the mPelvis bone for the actual pelvis of the character. If I were doing Animesh productively and selling it, and I paid attention, I would definitely consider M-Spine 1 as the effective pelvis, which you would possibly skin to with some regard, and definitely animate for moving your character around in some limited way. Let me show you what the effect of this is in World. And here's my animation to start with. So of course your object stays where you put it after you link it to your anchor, and you'll see that your anchor is half a meter, and when I enable Animesh, this pops up off the ground and it's still in the wrong place, but what we really care about is what happens when the animation starts. And you ought to notice that this is perfectly settled on the ground.